Hey there, my top producer real estate agents nationwide and locally. So we've created this amazing top producer library, and today I'm really happy to have one of my actually closest friends, Tommy Choi. So Tommy, welcome. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your background, your production results.
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Tommy Choi. Thanks for having me. I'm the co-founder of the Weinberg Choi residential team and co-owner of Keller Williams Lincoln Park Market Center. 2015 was a good year. Our team finished at just over 51 million in volume, over 113 transactions. This year to date, we're closed and pending right above 50 million. So we should hit our mark and then be closer to 70 million by the end of this year.
So when I hear that, my first reaction is, if I were to pick you up and put you in a whole new market and you have no experience in real estate, how do you go about getting to the point that you're at? What are those first few things that someone should do?
I'd say the number one thing is find a great mentor or coach. When you're, whether you're in a new market or new to this business, you know, there's books out there, whether your local association has them or whatnot, who the top producing agents are in your market. Start cold calling them. Tell them, hey, my name's Tommy Choi, I just got my license. You're a very highly successful agent. I want to emulate that. Can I grab coffee with you for 15 minutes, just pick your brain and learn the habits that have made you become who you've become today? You know, not everyone's going to say yes, and that's fine, but the ones that do, take advantage of that. You know, make deposits back into them, thank them for that, and then you'll continue to grow. And then, you know, the biggest thing is, 4 years ago, I made it a goal to meet with one new person every day. I want to meet 365 new people. So whether you're new to the business, new to a market, do that. Start having coffees with people. Then once you're done with that, ask them, who's someone else that I can meet that's a good human being? That's what I always ask for. I don't care if they're wanting to buy or sell today. I just want to know good people that are cut from the same cloth as me, that we can show value to each other. And then the people that buy and sell are going to come naturally.
So you're very naturally extroverted. You have this aura about you that people just love being around. Let's say someone is not as extroverted as you, and they're starting off in the business, and they don't have people to call on to get coffee. What pool should they swim in, per se, right? Where should they be seen? Who should they be rubbing elbows with to create those lunches and coffees?
Anyone and everyone. Start going to events, start going to charitable events, start going to social gatherings or whatnot. Force a habit and then continue to do that, and that's going to come second nature to you. You know, something that I always say is convenience is built through inconveniences, right? So it's continuing to do that. If you don't like making phone calls, start slowly and call people, and then, push that into something that you do like. Maybe it's meeting face to face, being belly to belly. Then just make up for that on that side, but continually push yourself, because as soon as those inconveniences become convenient, you're going to start cashing a lot of checks.
Now, what should someone say at these coffees and lunches? Like literally beginner's 101 guide, and even some of the more seasoned people, I'm sure they want to hear, what do you cover when you're at these meetings? How do you let them know what you do without, feeling awkward?
The best thing is, I always say, is just show who you are. Explain, share your story. That's the biggest number one. Explain to them why you're in real estate. What led you to that, right? Because when people know your why, you're in the right side of your brain, and that side of the brain doesn't compute numbers or words, it just feels. And once you get that, you're already halfway through the door, right? I always say you can't make withdrawals right away from day one. You gotta start making those deposits into the ATM before you can start pulling out from it. So continue to make deposits. My one thing I do always is I always end the meeting by asking them, how can I help you? What's one struggle right now in your life that I can help you with? Some people look at me like I'm crazy, but eventually when I keep asking it, and they tell me whether it's a job, relationship, whatnot, and if I can bring value to that, that's the largest deposit. And now they're ready for me to make a withdrawal the next time I meet.
How important is it as a top producer to have a lot of relationships within the business? From a negotiating standpoint for your buyers and sellers, talk to me about the politics that happen within the real estate community.
I think it's super, super important. One of my big things is I don't look at anyone as competition. I think you're a fool to think that. The pie is big wherever your market is for people to gain business. So the biggest thing for me is I try and curate a community of collaborators that want to share and learn with each other. Two reasons why I wake up is to teach and be taught. And that's what I want to exude. And I want to surround myself with other top producing agents that we can mastermind and share with each other. And especially those relationships will really pay off when you're in a market like we've been in, with low inventory, multiple bids. If all things are the same and I'm walking in to a listing and I know the listing agent and they know me, 9 out of 10 times I'm going to win that listing. So it's super important. You know, the big thing for me, I think, is professionalism, right? It's important to raise that bar in our industry. You can learn something from each other, share, and everything will work out for everyone's benefit.
How is an agent, your best feedback, going to be able to get through 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, $50 million glass ceilings and continuously grow their volume to be at your level? What's it going to take to get each of those thresholds?
I think the biggest thing is staying in that learning zone. Don't be complacent. Don't think that what you're doing is the best way to do it. You know, you always say it, iron sharpens iron. Mm-hmm. So you got to always sharpen your skills and know that there's a better way of doing things. You know, collaborate with other top producing agents. Pick their brains, find out what they're doing differently. Share with each other. That'll keep you going, right? And the number one thing you can never give up on is prospecting.
I love that. So get a mentor, be proactive in getting advice, have a learner's mindset, double down on prospecting, right? Have a giver's mindset and bring a lot of value to every single meeting by asking how you can genuinely help others.
We're writing checks right now that you can cash.
I love that. All right, Tommy, well, I appreciate you, man. So if you guys want to get a hold of Tommy, we have all his information on the bottom. He's definitely a giver's mindset, and he'll be more than happy to help you guys. He's got a national presence as well. So thank you, Tommy.
Appreciate it.
Nice.